This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 878. 7 Warning Signs You Need a New Career by Karl Staib of digtofly.com. I am Dan, I'm your narrator, and I'm with you every single day reading to you from the best blogs covering entrepreneurship. And today we're going to hear from Karl Staib as he talks about whether you should stay or whether you should go when you're just not feeling it anymore at work. So let's get right to our post as we start optimizing your life. 7 Warning Signs You Need a New Career by Karl Staib of digtofly.com. Is your career not quite as fulfilling and exciting as you hoped it would be? You were probably taught to just put your head down and work through the pain. I know I was. I have a tough, old-school German father who worked 60 hours a week to build up his business. This can be a risky way of dealing with your career. Stress can overwhelm anyone. And if you aren't willing to listen to the signs and prevent that, then you may be missing out on work that can enable you to be healthy, make a bigger impact, and increase your happiness. Many of you were probably encouraged to get a good education in a field that would provide stability. Now that you are in this field, how does it feel? Are you excited to go to work, or dreading it, or somewhere in between? I know that your career won't be filled with joy 24/7, but you still deserve to have a career that fulfills you. You may have been like me, afraid to admit that your present career isn't worth the pain. If this is true, you need to start to look at some of the hidden warning signs that you might not have been paying attention to. 1. You wake up dreading your day. Your day should be filled with anticipation of what is to come, not what you know you need to avoid. Look at how you feel when you get out of bed. The thoughts that occur before you start your day are signals that indicate whether or not you are working in a career that is a good fit for you. Are you excited, scared, bored, or already tired before you even get to work? 2. You have trouble falling asleep at night. You may be having trouble falling asleep because you aren't meeting your emotional needs throughout the day. If you are lying in bed thinking over the day and all you can focus on is the negative aspects of what happened, then you aren't doing work that fulfills you. Do you have trouble falling asleep? What's going through your mind at the end of the day? 3. You avoid tackling projects. You probably have a long list of things you could be doing at the beginning of your day, but instead you avoid this work because it doesn't excite you. Maybe you linger at the coffee maker a little longer, just hoping to bump into someone to talk with and procrastinate actually starting the work part of your day. Whatever you do to procrastinate and avoid work, take a look at why this is happening. I suggest you spend some time pondering why you are avoiding certain projects. 4. Your coworkers don't share your values. Your values change as you grow your career. Maybe when you first started your job, your values did fit the organization, but as your company grew, so did you. Look at how you feel as you interact with your coworkers. If they don't energize you, then there's a disconnect. Can you bring these values back to common ground? If not, what type of job or organization can help align your values with your coworkers' values? 5. You aren't able to leverage your superpowers at work. If you aren't doing work that takes advantage of your superpowers, your passions, focus, and strengths, then you aren't able to fully dive into your work. You may hold back from doing the projects you are assigned because you know that even when you complete the assigned projects, you won't feel fulfilled. Are you able to use your superpowers in your present career? 6. You can't stay focused on your work. Focus is a big component of doing great work. If you can't stay focused on your work, doing the type of work that gets you in the zone, then you're missing out on your best productivity. Some organizations allow people to unplug from email, meetings, etc., so they can focus on the high-level work that gets the best results. Do you have blocks of time to focus on your high-level work? Or is your day always spent in meetings and in reactive mode? And 7. Your boss doesn't listen to your input. Not all bosses are created equal. You know this, but sometimes it's hard to admit that you need a change. You may not necessarily need to change your career unless you see a pattern in the type of bosses that you've worked with. For example, the advertising industry is notorious for having a fast-paced environment. Bosses in this industry feel the need to push their people to the limit so they can get the results that will make their clients happy. Some people are a good fit for this environment and some aren't. In addition, this type of boss doesn't usually take the time to listen because they are always on tight deadlines. Have your bosses listened to your input? You just listened to the post titled 7 Warning Signs You Need a New Career by Karl Staib of digtofly.com. If your business earns millions or tens of millions in revenue, stop what you're doing and take a listen, because NetSuite by Oracle has just rolled out the best offer we've ever seen. For the first time in NetSuite's 22 years as the #1 cloud financial system, you can defer payments of a full NetSuite implementation for 6 months. That's no payment and no interest for 6 months. 33,000 companies have already upgraded to NetSuite, and it's #1 because they give your business everything you need in real time, all in one place. And the confidence that comes with having all of your information in one place really helps to streamline decisions, saving you time, money, and energy, all thanks to NetSuite's amazing offer. If you've been sizing up NetSuite to make the switch, then you know this deal is unprecedented. No interest, no payments. Take advantage of this special financing offer at netsuite.com/startup, netsuite.com/startup, to get the visibility and control you need to weather any storm. netsuite.com/startup. And thanks so much to Karl, and let me tell you a little bit about him if you haven't heard one of his posts before. He helps entrepreneurs understand their struggles and turn them into stepping stones. In 2010, he was diagnosed with testicular cancer and then was laid off from his job a year later. And while those were difficult situations, he now calls them blessings in disguise. Since then, Karl has stopped doing work that doesn't fit with his passions, and instead now focuses on things he truly cares about. He's the author of the book Bring Gratitude and has a lot to offer on his site, so come on by digtofly.com for a lot more, and I do have that linked in this episode's description. And if you're wondering, dig to fly means dig deep to fly high. He's also got a podcast, and you can find the Dig to Fly podcast wherever you get your audio. But that is going to do it for today here on Optimal Startup Daily. Thanks for being here. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.